What is up, everybody? How you doing? In honor of the new Thor movie coming out, I thought it'd be cool to react to the supervillain Gorr, the God Butcher. I don't know anything about this villain. I don't know how strong he is. I don't know how he became who he is. So I want to know everything about him. He looks really cool, and I feel like Christian Bale's gonna do an excellent job. So let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're exploring the origins of the supervillain, Gorr the God Butcher.
And then they multiplied further, spreading out amongst these new hosts,
What the hell?
powering them.
Before he makes his live-action debut in Thor Love and Thunder, we'll look at how one becomes a slayer of gods. Is there a villain you'd like to see menace the MCU? Let us know in the comments below. Do you love Venom, but he's not nihilistic or violent enough for you?
Leave him be! I shall remove your head.
No, you won't.
I
mean,
use it for bowling.
You're in luck. We present
like
to
he
you
was a lot
Gorr
more
the God Butcher.
deadlier in the
While
comments.
natural disasters were unfortunately common on his rough planet, basic resources like food and drink were scarce. In this hopeless environment, Gorr served as the provider for his family. And one thing that kept him going was his wife's assurance that their gods would hear their prayers and deliver salvation. Sadly, no divine beings ever came to their aid.
Oh.
For my days are ended, and my prayer unanswered.
What prayer, old man?
So let me guess. He became very vindictive because the gods didn't help him out.
Over time, Gorr loses every single member of his family to either starvation, illness, or the harsh elements. Enraged, Gorr takes this as proof that the gods his family prayed to are not real. He was quickly exiled for his sacrilegious views, and just when it seemed Gorr would expire alone, a chance encounter changed everything. While struggling alone, he witnessed a powerful deity fighting the dark godlike being Null.
He was known as many things. The King in Black, Lord of the Abyss, the
What?
Void. But his real name was Null.
If this name doesn't sound familiar, one of his creations might. He was responsible for symbiotes like Venom. Before introducing a bunch of
Really?
those aliens to the galaxy, Null created a powerful symbiotic weapon known as the All Black.
So from his own shadow, Null created 4 perfect weapons. His weapons were not just tools, they were life forms.
The variable symbiote can turn into items like swords and armor while granting its user great power.
Wait, this is where the symbiote came from? Really? That's pretty fucking cool.
Giving its user great power. Null quickly showed how effective the weapon was by defeating one of the Celestials that brought light to his dark realm. Ironically, the deceased head of Null's enemy eventually became a lively planet known as Nowhere.
What is it?
It's called Nowhere.
Oh.
An ancient celestial being.
While the
He
Dark
did
God
that?
continued his war against other deities, he crashed on Gorr's home planet and was seriously injured while battling a rival god of light. Seeing Null and his enemy proved to be eye-opening for the alien who suffered so much. Gorr saw that godlike powers had existed throughout his life, but neglected his and his family's prayers. He was so enraged that when the Light Warrior asked for help,
He killed him.
seized the opportunity to steal the All Black from Null.
An explorer from another world had found them and accepted them.
Now bonded
Oh.
with a weapon of living darkness, Gorr formed a dagger from the symbiote and assassinated the God of Light. He immediately flew off
Knew
his
it.
planet with the help of the All Black. Long after Gorr first takes flight, a young and cocky Thor is celebrating a victory over ice giants on Earth.
Run back home, little princess.
Next.
Suddenly, the remains of a god are discovered nearby. Thor initially dismisses the villagers' concerns and assures them no force could be a match for him. But that turned out to be a bit of an arrogant statement.
Hold up, is this on Gorr's planet though?
In 893 AD, the youthful Thor and some Vikings went out to battle a group of Slavic warriors who called upon their gods to defend them. The Slavs are psyched to see the winged steed of Perun, the Slavic god of storms. They are less psyched to discover the animal has no rider. Thor Thor looks past the red flags and discovers both another deceased god and Gorr the God Butcher. Despite putting up a good fight, the Asgardian can't overpower his twisted enemy.
Damn.
In a move of desperation, he summons thunder to separate them at the last second.
What were you the god of again?
Holy crap.
An injured Thor wakes up after resting for days and
like
immediately
Shazam.
goes after Gorr again. Unfortunately, the Asgardian doesn't like what he finds. Gorr puts Thor in chains and hurts the god for days.
How much longer do you think we'll be here?
So
Just when
that's
the
how
God
you
of
got
Thunder
there?
is about to crack, a group of warriors show up to give him some much-needed backup. Thor rallies and picks up his axe to end Gorr once and for all. Initially, the Asgardian believed he had slain the Butcher, but Thor made the exact same mistake that he would make in Infinity War.
You should have
Gone for the head. Golly, Thor.
Unfortunately, Gorr survived their encounter and started scheming about how he would get his revenge on the Asgardian and all the other gods of the cosmos. His greatest gambit would become clear in the present day. While the Avenger-era Thor was visiting an alien planet to bestow rain and water on a ravaged people, he discovered their gods had been slain. The Asgardian soon realizes that Gorr is behind it. Thor follows a trail of tormented and deceased gods to try and find the Butcher. In the future,
So this man Gorr is killing gods though? Like, where does that like rank in like power scaling? I don't know how strong Gorr really is. I mean, he must be pretty damn strong if he's killing gods. I mean, I don't know.
an old Thor vows to die a god's death on a decimated Asgard surrounded by Gorr's minions. But the cruel enemy refuses to let the Asgardian die.
He is anxious, angry. He feels tremendous loss and guilt.
To make matters worse, Gorr assassinates all the gods of time and becomes able to reach into different eras.
Bruh.
The sadistic villain finds and torments the young Thor from the Viking era. Fortunately, the Avenger Thor chases the Butcher to the future. Eventually, 3 versions of the God of Thunder from across time unite to stop the Butcher's
I'm
mad
confused.
plan. Gorr intended to detonate the appropriately titled God Bomb, an anti-divinity weapon capable of killing all gods who had ever or will ever exist across time.
Golly.
Despite the hero's best efforts, the deadly weapon goes off. Before every god can be erased from existence, Avenger-era Thor steps forward and voluntarily absorbs the force of the blast.
Oh, fathers, give me strength.
Holy crap.
You understand, boy? You're about to take the full force of a star. It'll kill you.
The desperate and epic ploy works like a charm, and in the aftermath of this explosive conclusion, the young Thor corrects the mistake he made against his enemy the first time and finishes the Butcher off once and for all.
What did you do? I went for the head.
Yeah, so I guess I'm confused at the part of like there being like multiple versions of Thors, but I guess they're just obviously speaking on the comic book stories. I mean, I guess that's a cool backstory for him. I was thinking that it'll be a little bit more deeper than that. One thing that I did like about this backstory was that Noel actually created the symbiote, and I had no idea. I really want to know how strong does that make Gorr now, because he's over here killing gods, and I don't really know how strong he got. I wish I had something to compare him with. I mean, he's obviously getting Thor some trouble, so I think it's gonna be a really good movie in my opinion. But anywho, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Peace!